Stacking them up.
Not against me.
I'll stack them up.
Not
later
against
this
me,
year,
and no.
too.
Good job. Great work, coach. Great work.
Stacking them up, baby.
What's up, man? Good to see you, bro.
I'd probably be the last guy that I would come back and say yes to, but he did.
I give you props and respect. I was like,
there's two things that would keep me away from this game. It's the intense media obligations and the weight cuts.
When are you coming back?
December.
And who are you fighting?
Chandler.
I'm happy I got in because they were trying to filter this thing about the weigh-ins, right? I'm gonna pin you. This is my game. This is my game forever.
As you show up for them, maybe if you showed up for them,
and break your nose, you little fool, you.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, what little Bellator tick, you little tick, you want to
In testing pool for 6 months. UFC star Conor McGregor is not currently in the promotion's drug testing pool and will likely need to be in the pool for 6 months before competing again.
Think about the technique. I had to think about what way I was going to teach, what I was going to teach, why I was teaching it, and it just allowed me to actually get better. But when this when this finishes, it will be, isolation. I'll go in, I'll formulate my camp.
Stacking them up.
Not against me.
I'll stack them up.
Not
later
against
this
me,
year,
and no.
too.
Good job. Great work, coach. Great work.
Stacking them up, baby.
And he's earned his right to be in this position. But it'll be my job now on Fight Night to show the levels.
A spokesperson for USADA, UFC's anti-doping partner, told ESPN. McGregor, the former UFC lightweight and featherweight champion, has been out of action since breaking his left leg in a fight with Dustin Poirier in July 2021. McGregor has not been drug tested since the third quarter of last year, according to the USADA website. According to UFC's anti-doping policy, a fighter who leaves the pool and re-enters must spend 6 months of ineligibility in the pool before competing again in the octagon. Former UFC double champion Henry Cejudo.
What's up, man? Good to see you, bro.
I'd probably be the last guy that I would come back and say yes to, but he did.
I give you props and respect. I was like,
It ain't nothing peculiar or unsure of, I fought against that self many years.
Had to complete that 6-month wait after coming out of retirement earlier this year. UFC can grant an exception and have a fighter come back sooner, which it has done in the past. In that case, a fighter would have to pass just 2 drug tests before getting back into the octagon. But USADA does not foresee that exception being used in McGregor's case.
There's two things that would keep me away from this game. It's the intense media obligations and the weight cuts.
My team that I'm with them, I'm going to stand for them and make a case for them. For Chandler, I'm just too slick for him.
hardest fight you can come back and take.
I'm actually really looking forward to a proper fight.
McGregor is not enrolled in our testing pool and would have to be for 6 months unless an exception is granted, which we do not think would be applicable, USADA Director of Communications Avery Walker told ESPN in an email. Typically, when a UFC fighter leaves the USADA drug testing pool, it means that fighter has left UFC or is retired. In McGregor's case, neither one of those things is accurate, as he remains on the UFC's active roster and is eligible for the promotion's official rankings. McGregor is currently ranked number 14 in UFC's official lightweight rankings.
We all get what we want on October 6th. McGregor back inside the famous UFC octagon.
That's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming to wrap this steel bar around the opponent.
When are you coming back?
December.
And who are you fighting?
Chandler.
I'm not here for the money. I wanted to compete those times. I missed the game back then, and that didn't happen. Obviously,
a spokesperson for McGregor did not immediately respond to a request for comment Saturday night. In a tweet, McGregor wrote he would be clear for testing in February. If the star athlete does indeed re-enter the USADA drug testing pool in February and no exemption is granted, that means he would be eligible to return sometime in August 2023, provided McGregor's tests negative during that time. McGregor was the only athlete on UFC's active roster prior to August 1st, 2022.
I mean, you're saying, is this the old Conor? This is the old Conor. I've been around the block, Andrew. I've done it all. I went to a circus.
I'm hoping, end of summer. We're working towards end of summer. Chandler is the opposition coach, and we're set to fight. I'm happy I got in because they were trying to filter this thing about the weigh-ins, right?
Who had not been tested in 2022 by USADA, according to an analysis done by TSN in September. McGregor, 34, is the biggest star and highest-paid athlete in the history of MMA. He was the first fighter to ever hold 2 divisional titles simultaneously in UFC history. In 2017, he crossed over into boxing and fought Floyd Mayweather in one of the biggest pay-per-view events ever. Due to inactivity and injury, though, McGregor is just 1-3 since 2016 in UFC. Plans for return to Ireland. In their post on his Instagram, Malarkey's management team revealed that the Australian would be taking on an opponent in Ireland in December. Pleased to announce Jamie Malarkey has signed a new multi-fight deal with the UFC.
I look forward to the fight. Really, I can't wait. I wish it was right now. Be careful what you wish for, right? Michael is not on my level.
Are we gonna do this? We gonna fight right now? Oh. Get out of my way.
I'm gonna pin you. This is my game. This is my game forever. Pick at that like I wasn't being involved. I'm setting it up. It's me who set it up.
Jamie 3.1.0 in his last 4 fights will be looking to get out next in Ireland in December if we can make it happen. Congrats, Jamie, well deserved, they wrote. Interestingly, McGregor, who is Irish, is also slated to return in December. There have been many rumors about it. A comeback on his home turf would turn it into an even bigger event. UFC CEO Dana White has not yet confirmed the event or McGregor's return. The Irish star has not fought since July 2021 when he suffered a broken leg in a loss to Dustin Poirier. However, the UFC Ireland event without McGregor seems unlikely, doesn't it?
As you show up for them, maybe if you showed up for them, maybe
break
they'd
your
be here.
nose, you little fool, you.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, what little Bellator tick, you little tick, you want to.
Now I'm back. I'm hungry to compete, and we're here right on the cusp of it, making weight.
Not only just a return, Megan, the greatest return in combat sports. This is going to be...
After all, he is the face of MMA in the country. Plus, if the rumors are true, the UFC would be returning to Ireland after 8 long years. Fans speculate Conor McGregor's return. Us Irish would be hoping. Social media users were quick to take the discussion. One fan was happy at the news and wondered who the main event for the card would be. That's pretty good news if it's true. I wonder who would headline the event.
The fans have just missed me compete, like I have missed me compete also, so.
Tell us about that, but I have the bigger question for me is when is the next fight?
It's time for me to immerse myself back in the game, you know.
Myself and Michael Chandler will be competing.
Where I got you, nothing else. Not the talk or anything, just the work and the commitment and the willingness.
Another fan speculated that perhaps Conor McGregor would headline the event, while bantamweight champion Sean O'Malley might be in the co-main. Well, Conor was supposed to fight in December, right? So maybe Conor O'Malley main co-main. Another fan felt it would be huge if Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler were to fight in Ireland. Can you imagine this is the Conor Chandler shit in Ireland? My God, that would be nuts. If the promotion does plan to return to Ireland for a blockbuster event, the Notorious might be an important name for them. One person wrote that the Irish fans would not support fellow countryman McGregor, but would hope Chandler knocks him out. Most of us Irish would be hoping Chandler flatlines him. Over the past few years, fans have turned against McGregor because of his online and offline shenanigans.
Do they want me here to fight, or do they want a comedy roast special? You know what I'm saying? That was the situation with this press conference and this.
And he's not fought someone like me. I fought someone like him, though.
This may not look like good news for the Irishman, but only time will tell how it turns out for McGregor. Many also speculated that Ian Gary would be part of the event. Maybe It Gets PPV with Conor vs. Chandler and Wonderboy vs. Gary as co-main. Ian Gary vs. Jeff Neal or even Gilbert Burns would be a lot of fun and a deserved main event. December is back on the table. According to Conor McGregor himself, the long-awaited return to the octagon for former UFC featherweight and lightweight champion Conor McGregor could very well take place in December after all. Due to the fact that the former fighter did not return to the USADA testing pool in time for the upcoming fight, there was a serious concern that McGregor would not be able to face his Ultimate Fighter opponent.
You are going to do it.
I have to.
You've been teasing him.
I'm going to just do that with him, yeah. I'm going to grab him by the chest and grab him.
So if you're willing to get in and do it, you're able to go all the way with it. All the f***ing way.
You're speaking in a very, I can feel this energy. This is a Conor McGregor energy that has not been there.
Michael Chandler in the month of December. They're not going to let me fight in December, ladies and gentlemen, McGregor remarked during the past weekend in a series of audio notes on X. Chris Weidman was there and you saw him. Think about the nature of that wound. Since I can remember, I've had the impression that my means of subsistence are being intentionally withheld from me. I won't be airing any grievances at this time. I'm going to calm down and keep fighting nonetheless. I am prepared. I was hoping for a statement regarding UFC 296 on December 16th.
Next. December, and then Gaethje BMF, and then we'll do Nate Trilogy.
And you know, Michael obviously was, he was with a smaller promotion, and then he worked his way up. He's had some excellent fights.
In preparation for this, or when that fight got announced as coming, I was like, man, if Khabib bottles this fight, like he has bottled many.
Not against me, I'm not, Michael, yeah? Some of these kids are in the UFC before you're in the UFC, so don't be start trying to say, yeah, this and that.
I have exhausted every option. Therefore, it is not going to take place. It does not appear that this will take place at this time. Before being given the green light to compete, fighters are required to participate in the testing pool for a minimum of 6 months. However, according to a claim by Mark Raimondi of ESPN that was published on the website of the USADA, McGregor has not been a part of that pool since the third quarter of 2022. The USADA is in charge of the anti-doping program for the UFC. McGregor has not competed in the octagon since July 2021 when he shattered his tibia while competing against Dustin Poirier. Since then, he has been sidelined. McGregor has already devised a strategy for 3 fights, the first of which is scheduled to take place against Chandler.
Do you want to be more active now as maybe you're feeling coming back towards the end of your career, you're feeling this love again? Do you just want to get in and rattle these fights out?
Most guys start to crumble, right?
What's up, Mike?
Hey. But I think I'm a scary fight for Conor.
But now that I'm here and I'm back and I'm close, I think if he didn't show up, I think I would take a fight against either one of those.
85, hell
Hey,
yeah.
I'll do
Hell yeah, I'm 185.
Do 185, I'll do 185.
You'll do what you're told.
The illustrious career of the fighter, who is now 35 years old, includes becoming the first UFC competitor in history to simultaneously hold 2 title belts. His overall record is 22-6, and he has knocked out 19 opponents. Although the precise timing of his return is unknown at this point, it appears that it will happen very soon.
Trying to work my way back, and now here we are. I'm out here in Las Vegas. I'm immersing myself in the game.
On the other hand, there is a possibility that Conor McGregor will return to competition before the end of this calendar year. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.